There's a lot that I would have done differently. Maybe just not trusted people so easily. It's so weird though, going back to the house. There was so much that happened in that house.
The internet is about to hear Danielle Cohn's side of the story, but here's the uncomfortable truth. People already think they know it, because for years, the narrative around Danielle wasn't just messy, it was disturbing. Not just a young influencer making bad decisions, but a child being pushed, shaped, and possibly exploited right in front of millions.
Remember, that was my bathroom literally right there.
Uh-huh.
That was such a nice bathroom.
Which now, looking back, is kind of creepy.
Yeah, because people could just look in here.
Yeah.
And now, with her teasing a tell-all about her regrets, lies, and everything in between, people aren't just curious, they're connecting the dots. If you scroll through the reactions to her recent trailer, one thing becomes painfully clear. The conversation isn't really about her anymore. It's about what was done to her. Comments are blunt. Her dad literally posted her birth certificate. It said 2006. She was so young. She deserved better. Why is no one talking about the fact her mom exploited her? That last one? That's the shift. Because for years, the internet focused on the wrong thing. Her age. Was she 15? 17? 19? Why did it keep changing? Why didn't the timeline make sense? TikTokers have argued, debated, exposed.
Danielle Cohn just admitted to it. She just admitted to her family lying about her birthday. She turned 20 years old. I see a lot of people joking about this, like, oh my god, like, I knew it. It goes so much deeper than, oh my god, I was correct.
But in doing that, they missed the bigger picture. Even if you believed the older age she claimed, she was still a minor posting provocative content online. And that's where things start to get uncomfortable. Because according to the story laid out and echoed by viewers now, this wasn't accidental. Danielle didn't just end up on the internet. She was placed there, from beauty pageants at 9 years old, to viral musical.ly videos at 10, to brand deals and millions of followers before she even hit her teens. At some point, this stopped being a childhood and started becoming a business. Her mother, Jennifer, didn't just support her career, she built it. She quit her jobs, managed the content, directed the image, and most importantly, helped shape what that image became. Because Danielle's content didn't stay age appropriate for long. It evolved, from innocent dance clips to suggestive photos, uncomfortable photo shoots, and captions that blurred the line between confidence and something far more adult. And according to many viewers now, that shift wasn't natural. It was strategic. One comment puts it harshly. Her mom is mad weird. Why are you pimping out your daughter? Another says, the bigger issue is her mom definitely exploited her as a minor. That's not just criticism, that's an accusation. And it ties directly into one of the most controversial parts of Danielle's story, the lie. For years, Danielle publicly claimed she was born in 2004. But according to her father, and evidence he posted, that wasn't true. He claimed she was born in 2006. That's a 3-year difference, which doesn't sound huge until you realize what it allowed. It meant brand deals that required older teens. It meant relationships with older influencers didn't raise immediate alarms. It meant content that would have shocked people suddenly looked acceptable. The age deception became the cornerstone of the strategy. It allowed Danielle to hang out with older male influencers, boys who were 17 or 18, without immediate public outrage. Sebastian Tapet, a fellow content creator, dated Danielle when she was barely 11 or 12. Later came Mikey Tua, another 18-year-old influencer. The relationship was heavily publicized, complete with matching tattoos and dramatic breakups that drove more views. When rumors swirled that Danielle was far younger than claimed, Jennifer doubled down. She coached her daughter on how to deflect questions, how to lean into the mature for her age narrative. Danielle's own social media bio and early interviews echoed the fabricated timeline. It was a family secret, one that kept the money flowing, but secrets have a way of cracking open. In 2019, Dustin Cohn, long estranged and living back in Florida, had enough. He took to Facebook and posted what he said was proof: Danielle's birth certificate, hospital wristband photos from 2006, and a clear timeline showing his daughter had just turned 13. The internet erupted. Fans who had defended Danielle as a confident teen suddenly realized they had been watching a child. The provocative photos, the dating drama, the lingerie shoots, all of it had belonged to a middle schooler. Jennifer dismissed the documents as fake or out of context. Danielle continued to claim the 2004 birth year in some spaces, while quietly adjusting in others. The family rift deepened. Dustin's post was met with harassment from Jennifer's supporters, but the damage was done. The world had seen the truth.
13 was getting tattoos, was having, adult relations, was making adult content pretending to be a certain age as a child. She was making cheese pizza content.
But once that illusion cracked, everything changed. People realized they hadn't been watching a confident teen. They'd been watching a child. And suddenly, those same photos, relationships, and controversies looked completely different. As one comment put it, she said she was 20, but people found out she was actually 15. Another adds, she was posting underwear sets even when she claimed to be 15 to 16. She was still a minor. And then there's the part of the story that still shocks people the most. Her, at just 13 years old, just weeks before turning 14. One comment says it plainly. She was 13 when she had that. She was a little baby. And what's even more disturbing isn't just what happened, but how it was handled. A leaked audio recording reportedly captured her mother being more concerned about image and income than her daughter's emotional state. And when Danielle eventually opened up about it publicly, the internet didn't respond with compassion. It responded with pressure. You all bullied this girl into saying she had, when she owed no one an explanation. That's the thing about Danielle's story. Yes, there were lies. Yes, there were controversies. But behind all of it was a kid growing up in front of millions of people who felt entitled to judge her. And now, years later, people are finally asking the question they should have asked from the beginning. Where were the adults? Because even the audience has started to reflect. I don't think people realized at the time, this is a child. The parents are responsible. Another says, she was exposed to social media too early. It's sad. She deserved better. And maybe the most telling comment of all, Danielle Cohn is high-key a victim. That word, victim, changes everything, because it reframes the entire narrative. This isn't just about a controversial influencer. It's about a system that rewarded overexposure, an algorithm that pushed provocative content, an audience that consumed it, and a parent who, according to many, leaned into all of it. Now in 2026, Danielle is no longer the little girl people remember. She's grown. She's speaking out. She's reclaiming her story. And if her upcoming tell-all delivers on what it promises, regrets, lies, everything in between, we might finally hear what it was really like behind the scenes. Not the curated version, not the influencer brand, but the truth. And maybe then, the conversation will finally shift away from what she did to what was done to her.